Hello, I'm Doug and this is a Taste and Sensibility channel. And today we're at the third installment of Christmas blind tastings of 2021. So I've ditched the advent calendar idea, although I'm still celebrating Christmas. But today's spirit is rum. So I am warming up here with this Plantation Pineapple Rum, which surprised me how interesting it is. I don't usually buy a lot of plantation stuff, but this one seems to have not just pineapple flavoring, but something distilled from unfermented pineapples. They did a little research to figure out how to do this pineapple rum thing, and it's really tasty. I think they tried to reproduce an old recipe or recreate something that existed 100 years ago or more. And I like it. It's a good warm-up for all these other things that are more based on age and oak. I didn't want my first taste to be part of a competition. Real contenders for today are Rhum Barbancourt, 15-year from Haiti. It is a rum agricole from sugarcane juice ferment. This is Santa Teresa from Solera rum from Venezuela. It's 40%. I think this was too. 43%. So no age statement here. This is 15 years. Ooh, here's an age statement. Dorado 21 from Guyana. And I know this is a Demerara style rum made from molasses. What else is there? Panama Pacific 23-year-old. And it's the end of the bottle here. But nice age statement. And the fifth one is Foursquare Détente. 10 years, ex-bourbon and ex-port. So, should be able to pick up a little finishing, I would think. So I don't really have a dog in this fight. I just want to see what my tasting capabilities are and if I can pick out things I think are distinctive in my mind and my memory from those rums. So I poured these half hour ago or more, and they've been sitting here with the toppers on. So I'm going to take a couple more sips of this guy and get rid of the glass in the bottle. So I've got crackers here and Scottish oat cakes. Put colored stickers on the bottles and matching ones on the glasses. Very rummy, very pineapple-y, and not sweet. So Plantation Pineapple Rum. If you think you might like something like that, give it a try. So my channel is usually about tasting normal everyday foods like cheese, honey. Okay, black licorice was quite an excursion, which is still controversial. And coffee. So I try to remember to say certain things in all my videos, and I always forget something, but I almost always forget to thank God for all the wonderful aromas and flavors He puts into our foods and drink. And He's just extravagant with them. Quite a range. And the foods that grow naturally via plants and animals, and then some sort of processing that people do. Fermentation is a very interesting preservation method. If you're not expecting it, it's spoilage. But if you're directing it and guiding it, it becomes an interesting way to preserve that year's crop of something. You need to be more thankful and say it more often. So we will dive right into these rums with some age on them. So I'm just going to go A, B, C, D, E. That's all. It stops at E. Knows all of them and then give it a taste. Okay, so Scotch test dummies comes off. Now I'll see what's in this red glass. It is rummy. There's a wood note, I think. Not a lot of alcohol, hard to guess the ABV. Many are 40, not many are higher. So there's not a lot coming off. I would guess it's a Demerara and woody. Trini and C coin coming off of this. Doesn't really do any good with that big hole in the middle. Ooh, that's interesting. More wood, less brown sugar, less molasses, less rum. Rum. It's woody. Wow, wow, not much aroma there. Rums don't hit me blind like other things. And the few blinds I've done with rums, I can pick out everything I put in there usually. So I tried to make this one a little more challenging than those had been. Glass C. Oh wow, that's really different. But describing the notes, there's something I recognize from rum, but it's not especially rummy, it's not especially molasses or brown sugar. And I'm not really picking up age or wood. Might be something old there. It's a very subtle, muted nose on this thing. Interesting. Glass D. Oh wow, this is more sour, more funky, estery, going in a direction of Jamaica, Dominican, Martinique, those funky places. Trying to figure out age, trying to figure out what was fermented. So it's a little more sour and a little more estery. Spoiled fruit is a good note, or partly spoiled fruit, almost spoiled fruit, overripe fruit. Okay, so nice nose, but I don't know what that is. And blue. Rum E. Let's see here. Definitely rummy, brown sugar, molasses type notes here. Can't tell if there's age or not. Looking for oak and wood, and there's something. Yes, there's age, but it's not from oak. It's not from wood. It's almost more leather, tobacco type things. Things we don't eat. Okay, we can start in with the tasting here. Rum A. Oh wow, there's some age. There's some oakiness, wood spice. Yeah, spicy. Cinnamon. Interesting. Not a long finish. Demerara style, I would say. Brown sugar, molasses. Notes are in there, but it's not sweet. It's not sweet on the nose. It's not sweet on the palate. Oh yeah, the oaky age is what really impresses you the most on the palate. Cinnamon or some other kind of spiciness goes all through the development, and then the finish maybe is where you get a little sweetness or brown sugar notes, molasses notes. Okay, I like that, but don't really have a guess what it is. ABV, I would guess 40 to 45. It's not poking out at me. It's not making itself known. And age, man, I guess it's like 10 to 15 years old. Just on the amount of oak I was getting. Okay, A little cleansing. Okay, rum B. In the black glass. Not a lot of nose at the moment. Okay, oaky, woody. There's a spice there too, but it's a little different, a little softer. Baking spices, but it still has a little zing, like a good cinnamon might. Okay, it's good, it's rummy. I'm kind of missing the brown sugar molasses notes. Could be a hint it's a Rhum agricole type. Yeah. Glass C, rum C, here we go. Oh, sweet, pleasant, rounded off from age. A little thinner. I think it's a molasses-based Demerara style, but not as rich and full as some of them are. Spicy from the development on. Interesting. I like that. So it's good, but I think rum A beats it out slightly. And this one I'm still trying to figure out. When I go back through backwards with the other way, I'll hope I figure out more. But this is 1 and 2 and 3 at the moment. La Quinta, Austin, Texas, 2019, the Bastard's Ball, the after party, the pre-party. You could taste about anything you wanted to from a bottle somebody brought. Okay, back to rum. Back to rum. We are on glass D. Oh yeah, the funky one. Wow. It is not showing age. It's not telling me it's old. The esteriness is not usually a feature I like. I keep tasting those kinds, and they're not strong here. It's muted. It's not half of what some of them have, but it's definitely in that direction. It might be the Guyana rum, but that one's too old. So it doesn't have a long finish. It's not telling me age. I don't think it's old. It's not oaky. Yeah, there's a couple of wood notes, a couple of oaky notes, but they are not big. It's not a big part of the profile. They're just there. So it might be some non-age statement. I think I pick up the oak very clearly in the Rhum Barbancourt and in the Dorado 21. And that's not it. Okay, interesting. Cleanse. Oh. Okay, rum E. Wow. Complex. Complex. I don't really get a sweetness. I think it's a Demerara. I think it's really old. It's, whew, there's just so much going on. It's hard to pick apart. It's hard to say what the main thing is. Oakiness on the arrival. There's some nice brown sugar notes, the dark parts of brown sugar and molasses without the sugar, without the sweetness. Then the spiciness pops up in the development, in the mid palate, and whoa, it just goes. It's going. Oaky notes, wood notes. Nothing green or fresh or reminding you much of food. That's the halfway point. It's old wood and leather and tobacco things. Interesting. Wow, I think that just became number one. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need to figure out the green one. So man, my guess is that's the Dorado 21. So this is going to be frustrating. I recognize lots of the notes. I recognize lots of the flavors, but I'm not going to be able to put them to one of the bottles here. So my prejudice is this is the Dorado 21. This is the Panama Pacific 23. And this is likely Foursquare Détente, or maybe this one. I didn't get the finishing, the port finishing. One of these is Panama Pacific 23, one of them's Détente from Foursquare. One of these is Santa Teresa, and one of them is the Rhum Barbancourt 15, which I think was leaning this way. So I'll go back through in the other direction. Make sure my ranking is right and my guesses are representing what I'm really tasting. Oh man. Complicated. Complicated. Ooh-wee. Wow. Estery, funky. Not old. Not real oaky. Can't match it to one of the bottles. And I thought I knew them. I thought I knew them. Okay. Is this the port and bourbon matured Détente? Or is it the Panama Pacific 23? That's my bias. That's my guesses for these, for A and C. Pretty good nose. It's soft, rounded, older. It could be Détente. I'm looking for port notes in these two right here. So that'll help me. That'll give me something to. That'll give me a direction to go in. Ah, okay. I think that's the port. Yeah. It's an extra complicated little thing there that is a little grapey and sweet and thick and syrupy. That note, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. This is way more fun than those advent calendars. Okay, I'm thinking Détente, so that would make this the Panama Pacific. Going out on a limb, aren't I? Sweetness. Don't get ochre age. Wow. All I get on the palate is wood. There's a kind of a sweetness there. It's a tad rummy, but mostly wood. I'm guessing that's the Rhum Barbancourt, 15. So that's the main note I remember from it. Is wood, because it doesn't have the brown sugar and molasses stuff that I'm usually enjoying in most of these sipping rums. Yeah, I think I'll go with that. Rhum Barbancourt, Détente, Dorado 21. That leaves that poor guy to be Santa Teresa, and I don't remember being so estery. So I'm moving to the right glass, and I'm shortly going to have a red face, because some of these guesses have to be wrong. So is this Panama Pacific, or is it Foursquare Détente? It's tasty. It's got brown sugar notes. It's got molasses. It's got a little bit of wood at the end. It's on the finish. The wood pops up and goes, yeah, I'm in here. I'm old. But I get it. I get that. So here's my favorite. That's number 1. Man, I'm getting so much cinnamon off this thing. Wow. I mean, it's spicy. That's a longer finish than I remember describing before. And I'm thinking this is probably my number 2. And I think it's the Foursquare Détente, and I think this is the Panama Pacific 23, leaving Rhum Barbancourt, not really a contender, because I'm not a big fan of rum agricole, and I'm not a fan of the estery stuff that I found here. Okay, so guess I'll go in reverse order and look for it's yellow and orange. Yellow and orange. I picked up this bottle because I thought it couldn't be the right one. And there's yellow and orange. Dorado 21 came in last. Oh my gosh. Demerara Distillers Limited Guyana, 40% ABV. I have touted this and said this is wonderful, and Ralphie gave me the recommendation, and that's the colors. That's the colors. That's what it says. I knew I shouldn't be guessing bottles. Okay, what do I think was number 4 in my tasting? This is an orange dot. Oh no, that's not the estery one. There's orange. Okay, Santa Teresa was my number 4. Oh wow. I'm going to have to re-examine my whole life. What was the next guy? I think I kind of put this in 3rd place, and it is a pink dot. Wow. Pink dot. Rhum Barbancourt. Okay. So it was number 1, and then it slid to number 3. No, then it went to number 2. Wow, okay. Interesting. Wow. I gotta quit doing these blinds, or do a lot more of them. What was number 2? It's a yellow dot, and I know it's this one, Panama Pacific 23. Does that mean green, green, green? Pale, pastel, but green. Green. Look at that. Okay. So, Foursquare Détente, 10 years, port and ex-bourbon cask maturing. Won the whole thing based on age. And I was thinking it was twice as old. I was thinking it was the Dorado 21. Wow. Interesting. So that's why you do blind tastings, because you have all these ideas in your head, you have all these preferences you think you have. And I've done a few blind rum tastings before, and I guessed everything. Right on, right on, right on, right on. It's like, okay, well, no point doing blind rums and until you do something like this. So this is not bad at all. It's just, I was surprised at how much esteriness there was. It's like a Puerto Rican rum. It's like a Jamaican rum, and which are full of that stuff. So it's just one of the notes here, but it's like, whoa, that's not what I'm looking for. That's not what I'm after. This will be really fun to edit. Let me grab my first place and enjoy another sip. So if you like the videos that you've been seeing here on this channel, whether they're blind tastings or more normal food reviews, please give this a thumbs up and leave comments and questions, and subscribe to the channel and click that bell to get notified when the new ones come out. This was really fun, really educational, and really red face creating. So cheers.